It's great to be here, and I'm delighted to bring you greetings on behalf of the entire Board of Directors of the McKnight Foundation and their word of appreciation for the incredible work that Urban Homeworks is doing each and every day in our community. I was asked to talk about kind of our strategy, and I tell you, it takes us pages and pages to describe it. I think I'm going to borrow the doodle. It's what you just saw is an incredible understanding of what McKnight believes is important, not only for individual families and home stability, but really reclaiming, transforming, and revitalizing entire neighborhoods. Our belief is that dignified housing plays a critical role in building strong, safe neighborhoods and empowering our entire region to be a strong one. At the Foundation, we always, and especially in these challenging lines, look for single, no, double, no, triple, and quadruple bottom lines returns from all of our grants. We look for impact in the community and ways to revitalize very challenged neighborhoods, especially in the aftermath of the foreclosure crisis falling on us and the continuing economic crisis, bringing together opportunities for housing, employment creation, job training, access to transit to get to good-paying jobs, good schools in our neighborhoods, parks and open space, healthy places in which to raise our families. McKnight has long believed in the power of organizations and people who take a comprehensive approach to their work, to turning around the disinvestment and poverty that has been plaguing some of our neighborhoods. And you've heard about Frogtown and North Minneapolis, places with incredible vitality, residents who want to work together to help themselves and are grateful for the support that can help them become truly empowered and turn around that disinvestment. Urban Homeworks is one of those rare, amazing organizations that is able to maintain over time that comprehensive vision. A vision that where dignified housing is not just about the bricks and mortar, it's not just about that place to live, as important as that is. It's also about the community wraparound. It is about right relationships. It's about bringing residents and volunteers together to create just and respectful relationships. It's about creating community. Now, Urban Homeworks is also a collection of inspiring stories, and you're going to hear a couple of those today. But I'd share in the context of our strategies, I'd like to highlight one or two, particularly in light of the foreclosure crisis, where McKnight decided we'd really redouble our efforts and double down in neighborhoods that were being heavily impacted, as you saw on the chart with all those blighted areas because of foreclosure, predatory lending, flipping of properties. In North Minneapolis, it was Urban Homeworks who quickly stood up and said, we have a role to play in this foreclosure crisis. You expanded your capacity to capture, rehab, and put into productive use homes that might otherwise have been lost literally for an entire generation. When it became clear that many affordable rental properties and small apartment complexes were being lost to foreclosures, Urban Homeworks was at the forefront, pioneering efforts to expand services, to ensure that those affordable units remain productive, safe properties, and help renters maintain what is often a very fragile stability. Renters are particularly vulnerable in this situation, and Urban Homeworks exemplified the kind of approach that we feel is important in our community. Urban Homeworks, as you heard, is also creating jobs, hiring neighborhood residents and businesses, giving them opportunities right in their own neighborhoods to help be at the forefront of rebuilding and revitalization, and providing training for youth for future employment opportunities. Urban Homeworks really does put faith into action every day, each day in and out. Thousands of volunteers from churches throughout the region and into greater Minnesota come together, sharing compassion and gifts to empower residents, working side by side. But having worked a lot in faith-based organizations, I can guarantee that every volunteer has probably felt themselves empowered and transformed and growing in a deeper understanding of what the daily reality of poverty is and what it does to uproot families and disrupt their opportunities. And I have to mention, finally, Urban Homeworks' outstanding leadership. McKnight is all about investing in leadership, people with inspired visions, but also the capacity to deliver results. Starting with the board of directors and Chad, the dynamic director, and all of the staff, we see leadership at work each and every day. I do want to acknowledge one other staff person, Dan Hunt. Earlier this year, the McKnight Foundation gave one of only 6 awards that we give each year called the Virginia McKnight Binger Award in Human Service. We gave that award to Dan. The awards recognize individuals who give extraordinarily of themselves through direct service to others. As the Director of Housing for Urban Homeworks, Dan is responsible for 53 housing units, maintaining the properties and supporting families in various and sundry ways, families who are in need of low-income housing and respect and support. But going above and beyond the duties of his job, Dan actually gave one of his kidneys to a tenant who was on kidney dialysis and in need of a kidney transplant. His was truly a poignant expression of faith in action and going beyond to help someone else. And I get a little choked up thinking about it because his testimony at our award service was truly inspirational to all of us to give what we can to make a difference for others. Now, to all of you who support Urban Homeworks, I want to say a special word of thanks to you. McKnight looks for co-investors. We don't go it alone. And I know many of you give graciously and generously of your time, your talents, and your financial gifts. That's what makes this work happen. That's what makes it possible. With God's help and your support, all things are possible. We can do great things together. Thank you.